Axel Merk, you are my currency expert, so let's talk euro. It's now around $1.13 per euro. Does it go to parity or does it move up from here?
Well, I get called when somebody wants a positive comment on the euro. Not that I love the euro, but recall the euro hit the low when the ECB formally announced QE, just like the dollar hit the low when QE was announced. Draghi is desperately trying to weaken the euro. I don't think he's going to succeed. It's darn difficult to weaken the euro.
Well, Greece right now is running out of money. They're negotiating with Germany, essentially. Will Greece stay in the euro?
Well, it's really Greece's problem because Greek debt is no longer held by other financial institutions. Greek debt is held by the EU, by the EMF, by hedge funds. And so if they do default, it doesn't have any systemic impact. That's why the market isn't as nervous about it. It doesn't really matter, but probably they'll live for another day. Ultimately, of course, they have to default.
Actually, European stocks are performing well. We've gotten some good economic numbers from Europe. Do you think this is going to continue? Do you think that the weak euro is really helping the economy?
Well, just cyclically, Europe has to do better. If Europe wants to get a boost, they should drop sanctions against Russia. I'm not making a political statement here, but that would boost it. They have to fix banks. Printing money doesn't really help the Eurozone. German confidence is at highs. And so many things go well, but sure, Greece has problems, and they're not going to go away.
Any long-term impact or damage from the Swiss franc revaluation?
Well, it's incredibly damaging to credibility of central banks in general. What they did is botched in just about every way. I was never a friend of the peg, but the way I went about leaving it was pretty bad. For now, it's the Swiss industry that suffers. Again, for the rest of the world, isn't as much of a deal.
All right, let's talk about another currency now. Let's switch to the Japanese yen. Now it takes 119 yen to buy a dollar. Really having a hard time breaking through 120. Can Abe do it?
Well, my long-term price target for the yen is infinity, which means I don't think the Japanese yen can survive it. Having said that, whenever the yen acts like a traditional safe haven currency, it's a sign that Abenomics is not working. And whenever that happens, odds are that he's going to double down. And so this is not going to be a straight line down for the time being. It weakens again because the Prime Minister or the Finance Minister in Greece had made some statements that calm the markets. That's not Abenomics. Abenomics is when he's going to double down, that's going to happen.
All right, finally, a currency I know you watch very closely over at Merk, and that's gold. So talk about gold. I think we're up about 4 or 5% year to date. Not bad.
Well, gold is a brick that pays no interest. In a world where real interest rates are negative, gold is very competitive. I would allege that in a decade from now, we cannot afford positive real rates in Japan, in the Eurozone, and not in the US either. Remember, we got this wave of entitlements coming against us. And so in that sort of environment, the gold will do what it's historically always been done. It's going to be a brick, and it's going to be a very competitive environment where real rates are negative.
Thanks a lot, Axel.
My pleasure.
Thank you for watching The Street.